Good morning, good morning, good morning, people. It's 9:45. I woke up at 7 when Lee went to work. Then I woke up at 8:30 because my alarm goes off to wake me up ready for work. I don't have any children coming today, so no work for me. Then I dozed again, and then my neighbour came and knocked on the door half an hour later because they're going away, and Brendan has said he'll look after the daughter's pets. The daughter and her boyfriend have bought the house a few doors up. So, yeah. Well, I'm up now, so I may as well make myself a cup of tea. And that was about 9:10 or something. So I've got this puzzle to finish, which I haven't finished. Oh, I left it out while I was away. Excuse me. Oh, talking of yawning. Well, I wasn't talking of yawning, I was yawning. On the way back yesterday, I heard on the radio something that those of you with dogs should try. You know how if you yawn, it's contagious. So I've now all just made you yawn because I've yawned, which is why I always apologise for doing it, because then I know you will start yawning. I don't really want you yawning through my videos because, I mean, it's riveting stuff. But if you yawn at your dog, apparently dogs copy it too. What is the science? I was told yawning is a lack of oxygen. Now, unless I'm suddenly sucking up all the oxygen through the phone, going, and then yawning and you don't have any left through your phone or your watching device, then I don't understand how that can be when you end up copying somebody who yawns. I don't know. Does anyone know the science behind it? Right. That's enough education. I'm going to make a move on the rest of this puzzle. I'm sitting there cuddling a pillow as well. It's so snuggly. It's actually really nice just to be chilled and relaxed. I think a couple of you commented, no, I can't afford to live off 2 days' work at all. The fact is, we are post the Big C. Well, we're not post at all, we're mid the Big C, and so everything's changed. I have officially run out of money this morning. No, I've officially run out of money this morning. I've got into my overdraft. I owe my parents money for the van fix, and he's gone back in today to get the brakes checked because for weeks now he's been making a very squeaky noise from the back. And I took my friend who's a mechanic for a drive, and he said it's the brakes at the back. Not that he thinks they're sticking, they just need a clean rather than replacing. They're not, you know. So yeah, I've got lots of money I need to spend out on things. And that doesn't even include the food and the bills, and not a lot of money coming in. Obviously, people aren't going out. I've had one babysitting job of late, and that's one of the families I look after anyway. You know, we're all in the same boat, aren't we, really? The fact is, today I should have been working with 2 children, Ruby and Davy, but Ruby's mum changed the day, and I spoke to Davy's mum just on the off chance that she would want to move the day as well, because otherwise Davy's here on his own with me, which is fine, but he might find it a bit boring. I'm sorry, I'm yawning again. Oh. And she was like, yeah, he would rather be there with other kids. So they're both coming on Thursday now instead. Yeah, so I've only got 2 days of work this week, and normally 3 days of work on a normal week, because I've got the odd ones on a Monday. But come September, when everyone goes back to school, I should be full. Not necessarily during the day with the little ones, but after school, I should have between, well, some days 10 children, I think, other days, well, most days 10 children, I think, after school. So I should be able to get some of my earnings back. But I say that, there's all this talk of the second wave on its way. Will the kids go back to school? Who knows? But I do qualify for this second grant because I've been so badly affected for self-employed. So, oh, that piece goes there. Sorry. Sidetracked. Squirrel. Yeah, so it is what it is, isn't it? Can't do anything about it. I will get the second grant, which I'll then be able to pay my parents back for the loan to get Spog fixed. And come September, I'll be able to apply for funding again for the early years children. But because I'll only have one early years child. I'll only have one early years child, although I do, yeah, no, I've only have one early years child, so actually the funding's not going to be very much at all. Just before one. But it all helps, doesn't it? It all helps. The problem is, I charge £5 an hour for my childcare. And I do £1 an hour reduction if you have a sibling at the same time. So instead of being £10 an hour for childcare, it becomes £9 an hour for childcare. Because I appreciate childcare would take up a big chunk of a lot of people's money. Not many people do that reduction. You could call me a mug or whatever, I don't know. But I like to think that I appreciate it's difficult for parents. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. How many of you are yawning now? But the county, for those children that get county funding, so in this country, families there's certain families that qualify for 2-year-old funding, usually single parents or parents with children with a disability, that sort of thing. Usually they can qualify for 2-year-old funding. So the term after the child turns 2, they get 15 hours of free placement and the county pay me. Now they don't pay too bad. They pay me £5.25 I think an hour, which isn't bad for the 2-year-olds. But for some reason they pay me just over £4 an hour for the 3 to 4-year-olds. Now all 3 to 4-year-olds in this country are entitled to 15 hours of free childcare. So it's a bit sucky, but it is what it is. Right, I'm going to stop waffling. How long have we had? 8 minutes of me waffling. My goodness, I'm sorry, people. I'll crack on with this puzzle. Oh no, everything's gone slightly green because I put my camping towel in. It's all got a slight, they're not too bad. The cotton stuff have, my knickers are now a lovely shade of green, yellowy green. Okay, well, at least it's an overall tone. It could just be that colour, maybe. Oh my goodness. Even the edges of my bra has now got this pea green to it. Oops. Check what you put in the washing machine, people. Otherwise everything turns green. I've now noticed that Kenzie has spilt tea in his room at some point last night. So the rug, which is there because he has a habit of spilling things, he's now been told no tea in the bedroom. But it's all gone down the wall and he's not cleaned it up properly. So we've moved his desk, which has become a mission now because there's a load of stuff behind the desk. That desk has not been moved for probably 4 or 5 years. So yes, now that desk, he's got to hoover all the muck out from behind it. We found bits of Lego that need to go in Brendan's Lego AT-AT box that we put away the other day. So I'm just going to use this time to give that a really good clean behind there. He's hoovering it now. So I'm going to throw some clothes on and do that. You can see what colour the carpet once was. Once upon a time. It's been absolutely trashed over the years. Oh, this job became many jobs, and now I'm having a break because my sister and sister-in-law have turned up. But yeah, this job became many jobs. I've done virtually no vlogging today because I have had all that pulled out, done their whole desk area, all of that, scrubbed all of this, but it's still stained. And then we worked on getting loads of stuff out of here, all his collectibles and stuff up in the loft, well, most of them. Then I've hoovered, but there's still a big old mess floating around. mini sunflower heads. Well, today didn't quite go as planned. I haven't finished my puzzle. I've been quite busy for the most part of it. I ended up having a phone call from a friend and we probably spent about an hour on the phone discussing various things. And I'm not a phone person, so that's quite a long phone conversation for me. And then I went upstairs and found that tea spilt and spent the rest of the day dealing with the bedroom. Brennan's put quite a lot of stuff now up in the loft, which is good. Things that he just wants to keep, but doesn't need to have in his wardrobe every day that are then going to get in the way of things like clothes, things that he does need every day. So he's got a big box of stuff up there. And I did kind of say to him, whatever you decide to keep, you know, when you move out, it's got to go with you. So just think about how much stuff you keep, because he will keep everything. My house is actually quite a mess. I did hoover upstairs. Kenzie hoovered downstairs. I'm not convinced he did it very well. But we'll see. I'm just doing some dinner for myself because I have spent the day totally forgetting to eat. I had a yogurt for breakfast, and then I had, with a cup of tea at about 11 probably, I had one of Brendan's crispy cakes. And then when I was starting to feel quite ill at about 4:45, I realised I hadn't eaten anything else. So I had a packet of crisps and I had a banana, and then we had to whiz off and go and pick Spog up from the garage. He was having his brakes checked because this squealy noise, which I may or may not have mentioned. Turns out that his brakes just needed to be greased and cleaned. So that's all good now. He should be fine. But while he was there, I gave him a good hoover out and I gave him a good wash, which you will have seen. Brendan and I have just been down to the next door but one neighbour and checked on the animals and read to see what he needs to do in regards to looking after them. All seems pretty easy. So there's terrapins, there's, well, there might be turtles, I'm not 100% sure. There's 4 guinea pigs and a rabbit. And we've watered the garden as well because the vegetables were looking a bit flippy floppy. So we watered the vegetables as well. So he knows what he needs to do, and he can go in and just go do what needs to be done until Friday. So he's earning himself a bit of money. I'm about to, yeah, have some food. So tomorrow, I think I've just got Teddy and Toby tomorrow because Harvey, Beth and Finn should have been coming back, but obviously having been in Spain, they now can't come back for 2 weeks. So yeah, just Teddy and Toby tomorrow. And then nobody on Wednesday, and then Teddy, Toby, Ethan, Thomas, Ruby and Davy. It's a very busy day on Thursday. But in some ways that's good because there's more kids to kind of, you know, play amongst each other, and I just think maybe it'll work a bit better. I don't know, we'll see. More people to choose to play with, maybe. We'll see. Right, my food is beeping at me, so I'm going to go get my food. I'm going to end this now. I don't think there's anything I haven't told you about. It feels like a bit of a non-vlog today. I'm really sorry, but I have been run off my feet doing stuff. So I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves.